Feels pretty good.
Feels pretty good.
Yep.
Feel it in my guitar.
Sympathetic vibrations.
Right.
Okay, so story behind this song was that I had the opportunity a couple of years ago to play at the Kentucky Music Hall of Fame and Museum, which was a pretty awesome spot. And as I was kind of preparing for that show, I wanted to do a song about an obscure old-time musician, Kentucky musician. So I started looking up, Kentucky musicians and getting all these hits like Loretta Lynn, and I'm like, no. And I finally found this story about someone who professionally recorded as Jilson Setters, but his birth name was William Day. And the more I read about this guy, he was a blind fiddler, which is pretty cool. He was a left-handed fiddler, which has all sorts of mojo. And he was briefly courted by the music industry, made several successful recordings, and then inexplicably dropped by the record company. And the person that had discovered and promoted his career and then subsequently dropped him was a woman. So that's interesting. So basically, everything in this song you're about to hear is true. It's all historical fact, including the month that he died. It's called The Ballad of Blind Bill Day. We'll see if I can play it now. Oh, and I should also mention that I stole the melody from Neil Young, who in turn stole it from Bob Dylan, who in turn stole it from a traditional tune that was called The Blind Fiddler, which made it even more perfect. Blind Bill Day, he played a crooked tune and played his left-hand fiddle by the light of the moon. He played through the night till the coming of the day. He'd always play a little more if you had the coin to pay. The songs came and went like the wind in the trees, like the scent of cooking moonshine borne aloft on the breeze, like a wayfaring stranger who had no time to stay. He'd always play a little more if you had the coin to pay. The songs would wind like a Fletcher County road, as fresh as the morning before the rooster crowed, as clean as the preacher on baptism day. He'd always play a little more if you had the coin to pay. Every night at sundown, once the work was done, the blind fiddler played his lonesome song for anyone. If anybody came around, he was sure to say, he'd always play a little more if you had the coin to pay. One evening as he played the Wild Wagoneer, his homegrown fiddling style caught a passing stranger's ear. The rough-hewn sound reminded her of long-lost yesterdays, and she knew that with his story there was money to be made. She told him that she worked for the record company, and she told him, you don't have to play your fiddle songs for free. His music was too good, she said, to be frittered away, though he'd always sing a little more if you had the coin to pay. She took him to the city, and soon he was a star, recording in New York studios and riding in a car. He played the Royal Albert Hall in London far away. Oh, he'd always play a little more if they had the coin to pay. to other things. The revenue was slowing down from the songs he'd sing. She said, your style's old-fashioned now, no one wants cliches. No matter how many songs you sing, no one wants to pay. Dropped by the record company like a piece of rotten meat. He soon was reduced to busking and living on the streets. He got back to Kentucky, and then one night in May, the fiddle finally ceased because Blind Bill passed away. Now Blind Bill day no longer sings his crooked tune, his fiddle gathering dust by the light of the moon. Now he plays for the angels in that heavenly home away. He'll always play a little more if they have the coin to pay. Thank you. That's a lot of words to remember. So this has fewer words, which means I'll probably screw it up. This one's called I'm Not Dead. My smartphone thinks that I am dead. Sent me an alert and this is what it said. It's been 3 hours since you changed position. Would you like me to call a mortician? Well, that's not true, I moved a little bit. It takes physical training to marathon sit, so don't call the executor about my will. I'm not dead, I'm just singing still. He's not dead, he's just sitting still. So there's a little echo part if you want to do that. I'm not dead, I'm just sitting still.
I'm not dead, I'm just sitting still.
We'll take that. In our busy world, we assume that life is all hyperactivity and constant strife. We don't assume that contemplation is a quiet form of recreation. Well, all the great thinkers of the past didn't get their great thoughts by thinking fast. So you'll have to expect the superficial thrills. I'm not dead, I'm just sitting still. Experts say that if you're sedentary, you're a candidate for a coronary. And to avoid the cemetery, you best keep an active itinerary. But I got nothing to do today but to watch the hours just melt away. I may not be fit, but I'm feeling fine. Finding my yoga in a bottle of wine. So let others go out, I'll stay at home in my rocking chair, just finding my own. It's the weekend and I've got time to kill. You know, I'm not dead, I'm just sitting still. Experts say that if you're sedentary, you're a candidate for a coronary. And to avoid the cemetery, you best keep an active itinerary. But I got nothing to do today but to watch the hours just melt away. I may not be fit, but I'm feeling fine. Finding my yoga in a bottle of wine. So let others go out, I'll stay at home in my rocking chair, just finding my own. It's the weekend and I've got time to kill. You know, I'm not dead, I'm just sitting still. Thank you.
Awesome.
Okay, so this last one's kind of a modern day Bonnie and Clyde story. This was called Before I Met You. I met you at the convenience store when I asked you for a pack of smokes. You told me when you got off work and you laughed at my dirty jokes. And after a while I his gun, so we eloped to save my life. Before I met you, I didn't have to lie or even try. Before I met you, I didn't need alibis. Before I met you, I never knew the many ways to lose. I just didn't have a clue before I met you. Well, we didn't have much money and we didn't have much luck. We put down my last paycheck for a rusted old pickup truck. And in Bitter Springs we got a room, but I couldn't find no job. And that was when we started looking for a place to rob. Before I met you, I didn't have to lie or even try. Before I met you, I didn't need alibis. Before I met you, I never knew the many ways to lose. I just didn't have a clue before I met you. Well, we robbed the liquor store because you were thirsty, or so you said. The manager pulled out his gun, but you shot first and now he's dead. And we're wanted now in 7 states, and I'm almost out of gas. And the only thing I learned from love is the pain when it is past. Before I met you, I didn't have to lie or even try. Before I met you, I didn't need alibis. Before I met you, I never knew the many ways to lose. I just didn't have a clue before I met you. Thank you all. And that's Susie Degenerate Note.